Hey, everybody. How's it? Happy Aloha Friday. It is April 25th, 2025. I am here with the Kados. Say hi, Kados. That's the name of the streamers here. I'm Abba. This is the Kados, the Abbacados. Actually, Abbacado's a mystical monster for the grandkids, but one day I'll tell you guys the inside story if you don't know. Anyhow, we're streaming today. I'm going to be going for quite a few hours, as much as I can go, as long as I can go. And we're going to be doing some donos. Well, we're going to do all those donos that we possibly can. I'm going to be blending in some cheesy wheel. And so I hope you guys are doing well. We're in the middle of springtime, and or almost there. I think we are. And in another month or so, it's going to be summer already. How fast is that going? How fast? Is it not going fast enough for most of you folks? Probably are dying to get out of winter. And maybe spring's proving to be a little bit more of a warm-up. Here in Hawaii, I mean, we have seasons, but the seasons are like, sunblock 50 or sunblock 25. That's pretty much how we go here. So I'm just saying, that's just what's happening. Anyhow, so we have a really, really long, fun day today, and I'm just going to get right into it. So I want to thank all of my Abbacados here, all of the Kados that are joining me. And if you see this on YouTube and you ever want to join us, the links are down below. And if you happen to be new right now, first time hanging out, there's a pinned message in the chat that if you want to put your name in there, just in case when I spin the wheel of cheese, if it lands on you, we do your song. Nothing over 7 minutes, please. That's the rules. And then if you want to boost it to assure that your song gets at least listened to at some point, if I can't listen to it today, it'll be the next stream. Then you can also do that. It's all on the form there. The only thing I have to announce briefly, folks, is that there is a Spotify option, but it's not engaged yet, or don't do any Spotify yet. I've been a little preoccupied, and I haven't set up the Spotify browser that I need to in order to honor any Spotify requests and donos, okay? So what do you say we get going? I'm going to do something a little different today, Kados. I usually try to do 2 hours and then take a break in 2 hours. What I'm going to do is hour and a half, just so I can break it up a little bit so I don't, my back's been getting sore a little bit lately. So what I'll do is I open up with a wheel of cheese. We'll go do donos. I'll close with a wheel of cheese, take a break, and then open up with wheel of cheese, do donos, close with a wheel of cheese, stuff like that. Okay, so I thought I would just lay that on you guys. Let's see how well that works out. So speaking of which, let's go ahead and we are going to start with a wheel of cheese here. Let's see if we got some great music coming at us, because I am feeling, job opening, wheel of cheese. There we go. So let's see what we got here. That is last week's. Don't get all panicky. This here is this week's. So this is queso pobre, but not too pobre. This is queso chimichanga. No, I'm kidding. Are you guys ready? Let's get this thing going. This is our wheel of cheese. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Stop it. I'll slow it down. Oh, smoke my hands. Park Pal. How are you, Bubba? What's going on? Let's see what Park Pal would like us to check out. Park Pal wants us to check out a band, it looks like. Let's see what we got here. So the band that we are going to be listening to is called Rilo Kiley, is it? Rilo Kiley, if I did it grammatically correct. The name of the song is Glendora, and the message is just a late 90s indie pop. That's pop and rock comboed. You see, I'm just trying to get there faster. Pop rock tune. Band is doing a reunion tour this year after approximately 15-year hiatus. This track is off their first EP, and while I'm a fan, I probably won't make the tour set list as their sound evolved afterwards, but I can dream of it for now. Okay, so this is from Park Pal. Let's see what we got going on here. All right.
It's New Year's Eve, I'm in Glendora. I'm the only living person in Glendora. Heading east on the freeway. I left my prom dress on the bus stop in Duarte. I switched the roles, you take advantage. You know I always like to play the victim. And would you fuck me? Cause I'd fuck me. Am I your wet nap? Freestyle walking. I cry, then I complain. Come back for more.
You just know there's going to be some balls on fire soon. Oh, not as grindy. I thought it'd maybe be a little more ballsy. Maybe it'll come in later.
I want to see you. You're in your bedroom with some dancers underneath you. I come inside. I hear the door slam. You tell me if I really loved you, I get with them. They make me sick. You make me sicker. But I want to please you, so I go and I get with her. I close my eyes. I think about me. I'm just your wet nap. Freestyle walking.
I'm just your wet nap. Jeez.
I cry, cry, cry. Then I complain. Come back for more. Do it again. I cry, cry, cry. Then I complain. Come back for more. Do it again.
It has some really fun late 50s, early 60s pop
I should find someone better for
chord progressions.
born this way. Every time I come over to your house, you just shit on my face. And
Ah, she's a child actor.
you know it really freaks me
That's why
out.
she has those creative lyrics.
Drove for hours on bad directions. I arrived, there's something you forgot to mention. An afterthought, straight to the tabby. Sorry, Angel Winterino, happy, happy. It ain't the rest. Why do you, Jenny? I'm in a booth, it's almost 12, your favorite Denny's. Another year, I need a Sunday. I'm just your side bet. Freestyle walking. I cry, 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 then I complain. Come back for more. Do it again. I cry, 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 then I complain. Come back for more. Do it again. I cry, 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 then I complain. Come back for more. Do it again.
The last chord. Da. Really fun track to open the stream up, I guess, stream with. So I guess she was an actress beforehand. Very creative, abstract kind of lyrics. I love the song. I love the fact that, for me, it caught me off guard. I figured, okay, the tempo and how the guitar is playing and everything, I'm thinking, okay, this is going to ball blast into a little bit more of a poppy punk vibe. I was thinking going to get ourselves a little bit more dirty guitars in there. But it didn't. It kept it nice and handy. And as a matter of fact, even though they did level up in the dynamics of volume, drums came in, got a little more in your face, let's just say, arrangement-wise. She kept her voice in the nice little volume pocket. You know what I'm saying? Her vocal performance didn't jump up in the same level as the arrangements did. She stayed in that nice little pocket. Very hooky song. Totally reminded me of like the 50s, 60s kind of vibe, songwriting style. It was only 2.5 minutes long. And of course, anytime that I hear drums that are like, you know, that kind of thing, I'm thinking of, you know, that kind of vibe there. So that's a good way to start the stream. So let's go ahead then and let's get going now on our donos. Jake in Vienna. Jake in Vienna. Wow, 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 cow, coming in hot. Thank you so much. What is the occasion, I ask? Oh, I see what the occasion is. Well, first of all, where are you, Jake? And are you still in there? There you go. Would you like me to delay? Yes, I can delay. I just saw that. Stand by. Was that you? Hang on for a second. Give me a second, guy. I'm getting messaged. Ding, 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 ding. Jake, and I'm sorry, are you, did you want me to do this now or do you want me to delay until later? Let me know what's going on here. I think I'm a little lost because I'm not seeing everything. Delay. Okay, I will definitely delay. Not a problem. If there's anything with the post too that you put in there, just let me or let Turnip know, okay, as well. Oh, I see. Okay, something went down to that capacity. If that's the case, I can, send it back to you too, just in case there was a little mistake of that nature or whatever. So, no, not another cheese. I'm going to go right into donos, but I will close this first section with cheese as well. Okay, so next up, while we wait on Senor Jake. Next up, let's see what we got here. Let's go with MM33. So we are going to be, God dang it, there's something happening to my form right now that's making me slightly mental. Okay. Alrighty, MM33. Thank you very much. That was a very kind dono. The name of the artist is Godspeed You, blank Emperor. So we know what this is. This is going to be a nice long glide. The name of the song is Sleep, and its message is, guys, get ready. This is a long-ass song, but I think everybody would experience it at least once. Always makes me cry like a bitch. Okay. Guys, are we ready to cry like a bitch? So let's go. This is, come on, my system's moving just a tad slow. Here we go.
Anyways, let's see, what else? It was Coney Island. They called Coney Island the playground of the world. There was no place like it.
Story time.
Like Coney Island when I was a youngster. No place in the world like it. It was so fabulous. Now it shrunk down to almost nothing, you see. and I still remember in my mind how things used to be. And, you know, I feel very bad. But people from all over the world came here. From all over the world. It was a playground, they called it the playground of the world over here. Anyways, but I, you know, I even got, when I was very small, I even got lost in Coney Island, but they found me on the beach. And we used to sleep on the beach here, sleep overnight. They don't do it anymore. Things changed, see. They don't sleep anymore on the beach.
If I recall, this band likes us to marinate in their openings and stuff. Give me like little Radiohead feelings. It's like an abstract lullaby vibe to me. I don't know why. I know the volume's a little low right now, by the way, so. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Very nuanced. Yes, very much has more of a score element to it, Turnip. Oh, that Zig guy. I've never heard of that kind of genre. Makes good sense, though. Hey, Leo Generant, thanks for the follow. I like that theremin vibe. Hey, Makuzia, how you doing? Listen to that really small room sound for the snare. I was just about to say that, Super Local. I know the title of the track is called Sleep, but at this point you must be in purgatory in your dreams or something. little bit of Oasis vibes. Maybe it's my head. It's almost like you're still churning out the same patterns, and they've just let the drums rip and tear and just move forward. This kind of drilled down, overdriven noise that we're hearing right now is there's been an essence of that going since the very beginning of the track, or maybe about 30 bars into the beginning. But I'm sure we'll get to the hook soon because we're halfway done. That's like me trying to tune my guitar while sitting on the whammy bar. Derp Cat Dog, I kind of like that style though. This has been really fun listening to so far. And it doesn't feel like it's been 13 minutes. They've done an incredible job of this kind of vamping up, if you would, of the arrangements. But now we enter a different galaxy. So I guess you could say that this first 13 minutes of this track called Sleep was probably the first 13 minutes was the journey of getting into bed, closing your eyes, and maybe just revving and ramping up through discursive dream patterns until you get to REM. And maybe this zone right now is the REM zone. Yeah, very much moved. It's like a suite, yeah. So now we're going back into a little bit of that Pink Floyd flavors. You agree, anybody? I'm thinking. Almost like if you close your eyes to the journey musically, this is like a light floating adrift through cotton candy clouds. I like to step up in the rhythm pattern. Oh, did he have those detuned toms? Wow. I love the polarization between a lot of the guitar work that has these long reverbs and makes it very ambient and ethereal, yet the drum sounds are very intimate and in your face with that kind of small room vibe. And then now you have this kind of, you know, the violin line and stuff just kind of being a little bit more intimate with you. These would be really great end titles for anything, a game or a movie. I love the da on this side with the delayed reverb reflection on this side. Yeah, it sounds like a retro gamer. It has that vibe, doesn't it? This has been such a vibe. Like just a journey. Just this is a part 3, huh? Wow, so I guess the whole thing must have been a 3-piece suite. I think I saw Alman mention something about it's part of a suite and stuff like that. The whole thing was a great vibe. And I liked how everything was really just built on just one. I think the last time that we heard a track from these guys, it is their thing to let you just marinate. Literally 32 bars. If not more, pattern, a repeat pattern, and then just slowly vamp up a little bit with the arrangements, or maybe take something that was dry and muted sounding and then wet it up and stuff. Just whatever it is, at every like 8 bars, they give you just a slight little change just to keep you in the mood and stuff like that, just to keep you in the groove, keep you in the mood, kind of keep you in the vibe. But like you guys say, yeah, like a total slow burn. That's what I used to call this one thing I used to do on the Decomposer Lounge. Was a slow burn. And but I guess I don't know if this is, it says third part, but I don't know if this is the last part of that suite. It would make a lot of sense if it was. But that was a vibe and a journey, and thank you so much. Everybody here was digging it for sure. Oh, from Canada. Fantabulous. But wait, aren't they known for, what is their main genre? What are they really known for, if I was to turn around and say, these guys are considered blah, 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 blah. What would that be? Is it post-hard rock? No, post-punk. Oh, post-rock with some, but the ambient stuff, post-rock. Somebody else had posted earlier that I don't remember. It was like post-rock, ambient, ethereal kind of thingy there. Ah, yes, Devin Townsend, of course, from Canada. He's a monster of a composer. Seems like a really nice person, too. Yeah, and with that drone, too, was definitely a through line. Jake, I know that you're back with us. You're off the phone. But if you wouldn't mind, I want to catch a couple people that I've left dangling out there, just two, that I've left dangling out there from the past really quick, and then we'll get right on to yours if you don't mind. I hope that works for you. I just want to go ahead and do that. Oh, cool. Thank you, Jake. You're the best, brother. Okay, then, since that's the case, I am going to be listening to something. This is from a few days ago. This is Ginger from Vylet Pony. We have been getting a wonderful journey of Vylet Pony. As a matter of fact, because of Ginger and some outreach, there's a really good possibility that we will have Vylet Pony in as a guest, as a podcast. We're working out details, and she's on the road or something, but or should be back soon. So thank you very much as well for that, Ginger. So anyhow, let me see here. His message is, this song, in my opinion, is Velvet's most vulnerable track, since it's directly about her own life and experiences, instead of being subtly woven into the lyrics or hidden behind layers of subcontext. Here's Velvet tone right up on the song and its meanings. So 37.6486 north, 122.42, 96 degrees west is about the time where I nearly committed suicide in 2011. The coordinates are the exact location where it was going to happen, which happens to be a place where I spent a lot of my time making friends and forming memories. Ooh, that sounds heavy. Around the street corner, I had my first kiss. Oh, the cute. I had bubble tea for the first time. It's where I won my first crane prize, I guess, yes. Filled with restaurants, and I ate with friends and cultivated relationships. It's where the Sing a Song About Life sample was recorded. It's even around where I went to summer camp for years and years. For a long time, I wasn't allowed to be home by myself. It was more or less a daycare with planned activities. I kind of know what that was. I remember that. I was still going to summer camp when I became a Brony. A Brony means what? Does that mean young adult? And released my first songs in fandom. It has 3 alternative titles: Coordinate, self-explanatory; Seabound, regarding my identity with the ocean. Oh, you have an identity with the ocean. We have that. And Ponderosa Seed. The street name is Ponderosa. The song analyzes my relationship with my best friend, Silver Stripe, known as Izzy, by considering the importance of this location and relevance to our friendship, as well as how falling in love with Mr. Little Pony, friendship is magic, would unwittingly change the course of my entire life. Izzy attended my graduation from high school, and I look back on it as one of the happiest days of my life. I can barely remember my actual graduation ceremony, but I can remember all the things that Izzy and I did right after. When I first started to like MLP, I called Izzy on my cell phone and told him about it and how I'd like to watch the show. We talked about it for a while and what it meant to be in such a community, and he agreed. And he agreed about its intrigue and would watch the show with me. When I ended the call, it was 8:27 on June 22nd, 2012. We were unaware with how casually we made such decisions as much would affect the course of lives and personality. So the first song I had released in fandom was No Matter What, which is a song that Izzy, and I have worked to remake every year and release the same day as if it was first published, just December 23, 2012. All right. Oh, I just got straightened out there, Turnip. Thank you. It happens. I'm old. I get these long reads. I'm like, the fuck. I don't know. There's somebody's words. I read it verbatim. Nonetheless, we are doing this, and let's go. Did I say Ginger? I didn't know.
On the corner of Ponderosa, I had my first kiss. It felt fake, but I had to make the most of it. sipping milk tea with my friends. Austin looked at me and said, "Ain't this shit?" And I said, "Sure," but it was pretty good. We passed by it on the way to my graduation day. You didn't have to come, but you did anyway. Oh, we wrote stories in my parents' living room on my grandma's old piano and the Takamine guitar you always ride. I really wish that I had brought you to the corner where I won my first crane prize and where I made most of my friends, most of my friends. The corner I was
I love the other
resting,
guitar arrangements there.
now 10 years ago, in that car where I had hoped that I could kill myself. But it's alright, it's alright.
There's like a crossover of like Joan Baez and
It's okay, 'cause my heart was a
God, I love the tone of her voice in this as well.
Ponderosa Sea, and we were seabound. We were seabound. 8/27, June 22nd, summer 12. We made a decision that would surely put us through hell. Yeah, it seemed so simple. It seemed like nothing at all.
Ooh, nice with her voice.
But embracing this fantasy was our past lives. Curtain call. It started with the mare in the moon.
God, when she lights it up in fries, it's just unreal.
It wasn't just a phase, just a doorway to another view. Whoa. It was the dragon in the mirror and the dream that he had fought that revealed a better life we could nurture, no matter what, no matter what, no matter what.
God, there's a lot of emotion with this happening right here. What a great track. I can hardly wait for the interview. This time I listened to the lyrics a little more because, when she mentioned, or it said here in the words she wrote in the write-up about nearly committing suicide. Emotionally, it was very intimate, and compared to all the rest of the stuff that I've heard, that's just been really so profoundly engineered and arranged and composed with all these great layers and the different tones in her voices. Obviously an extremely talented artist and stuff, but this is another flex on artistry where there isn't a lot of things going on, just the right amount of cool things that went on. As when the guitar arrangement started to expand a little more, so it gave us a little bit to play on with our listening experience, with the stereo imaging. And as the song got a little aggressive, I just was blown away by the grittiness and the dirt she was able to pour into her vocals at that point, and then bring it right back down into this kind of pseudo lo-fi vocal style. Beautiful background vocals. I'm no longer, listening to Violet Pony, to me is I'm getting close to that same experience that I start to feel in here is like when I listen to Ado. Like you just never know what you're gonna get, and you just know what you're gonna get. It's gonna be, a wonderfully unique experience, So that's my whole jive on it, Ginger. And thank you so much once again for bringing it in here. Yes, I did. I think when I did read it, that the rest of what I was reading below was it said here this was right up on about this song and its meanings, from her own words. So I think I got that straight. If I didn't, I blew it. I'm old. That's what I get, Hey, Gestalt, how are you? Welcome back. Thank you so much. Okay, so stand by for a second here. I am going to go to, give me a second. You never know what you're going to get. Judgment Kazi. Oh, no. Yes, Judgment Kazi, a Coral Reefer, and then Jake in Vienna. So stand by. I am bouncing around a little bit to make up for donos that are hanging out there. This track is from the Kazi Mazzy, and we're going to be doing a song called Vertigo with a band or an artist, Man with a Mission. And his message is, hey, Jeebs, I figured I'd send you a killer track from the band, Man with a Mission. No real notes this time, just enjoy the track. All right, guys. Okay, or shall I say, okay, Kados. Are you guys ready? We should be gozing. Here we go. All right. A little bit of a Alice in Chains vibe there for me.
Another one falling down.
This is a great track, man. I love it. It pounds, but it's melodic in that alternative zone. Jane's Addiction, that's another good one, Bentel.
Agitation, allegation, suffocation, aggravation, all through the nation, termination, extermination, deflagration with no explanation. Right is far and
The big sell on the alternative, especially the Alice in Chains, is the background vocals.
Another one falling down.
Very unique addition with the DJ. A little Linkin Parkish, yes. Is the thing with the wolf things typical for this band, or is this for this one track? Very musical. We need a lot more of this in the world. So that's their thing, huh, Umber? It didn't sound like a sitar, could have been, but... Little cut time. Nice little trip grip here with the engineering.
Another one falling down. Shouting in the Vertigo. Calling out with a crowd. Riding with a limit on. You wanna play loud. You wanna play now.
God, the snap on the snare is great. Just went on my playlist. This was great. I think for me, it gave me, when I said earlier, a little more, let me get to a nice little holding spot here. It gave me a little more of a, the alternative vibe, which I think, to me, so far in my life, as I make this confession, throughout the thousands of tracks I've heard, since I started the Decomposer Lounge and all that, like 4 years or whatever, I'm still pretty steadfast to the alternative sound, though that now comes in different segments and stuff. And what I mean by that is it can still be just really visceral, alternative rock or rock sounds. But if it has some of the nicer melodic harmonies and stuff like that, and turnarounds in the guitars and stuff that can bring it in, it's kind of like when Pearl Jam I first heard Jeremy. Jeremy smoking town today, and then went into the major third thing. It's like, oh wow, that was a great little twist, but still gave you the balls of it all. I loved the way this track was engineered, but I wonder if we're at that place, if it's almost a thing that has to happen in certain genres, where when you're mixing out a track like this, you have to have a designated 8 bars of complete engineering trickery. Where the sound collapses into a lo-fi weird thing where it's like, it'll spiral back in or sweep or synth sweep back into the normal sound. It's almost like it's becoming a shtick, I think. I don't know. Maybe it's me starting to kind of Beato out a little bit. Please must fight urge to Beato out. It sound like old guy. But I mean, what I mean by that is that I'm just wondering now if that's actually becoming part of the fabric of being a producer and all that you have to have that kind of thing that happens where now we're into trickery. We've maybe lost a little bit of what the musicality of it is. Now we've taken this track and squashed it to this and have done this and done that. So it doesn't bother me whatsoever. I just don't know if that's a, kind of thing. I don't know. Love the track. It made it my playlist. Okay, the next up, A Coral Reefer. And then we're going to be doing Jake in Vienna. A Coral Reefer would like us to check out. Let's see, what do we got here? This is a band called Odesza. The song is called Intro. Hey, Coral Reefer, how are you? Thanks for being patient. I appreciate it. Let's see. So, hey, Jeeves, today I have a video to show you of the final set from Odesza. Did we do one from them earlier? Did you bring me that last one, I think? I recognize the name. I only want you to listen to the first 12 minutes of the show. Yes, the video is 2 hours long, but I'd rather keep it short. Oh, thank you. Can't find any other videos that are cut into sections rather than the whole show itself. Hope you enjoy. Yes, we did do one last week. Okay, I just, I remember, but I remember that I remember, but I don't remember that I remembered that I didn't remember. So, thanks for helping me remember. Bruh. Really? Okay, once again, this is from our Abbacado, A Coral Reefer. The band is Odesza, and the song is Intro. All right. First 12 minutes, you say. Here we go. Wow, that's a nice amphitheater. All that energy for these artists. I love that. Let's go. And they're all excited too, even better. Oh, so you think you know Kung Fu? I will bow the shit out of you. Oof. Let's go. Okay, I'm done joking. Ah, this is the opening in 440. You know if you know. No, we're not, Jake, and we're only watching 12 minutes. You're listening to this in THX.
This version of you simply becomes real. And you're right here with this version of you. To see things as they really are. This version of you looking at you. You looking back. This version of you welcoming you.
Loving this.
This version of you saying yes. I'd like you to imagine this version of you.
I got a little chicken skin. A little goosebumps on this. I just let the music be and look what happens. Well, I tell you what, in a couple of videos I've seen, these gentlemen, they know how to put on a show. Great visuals, great vibes. Oh, I love this, guys. Coral Reefer, this is badass call. This is great. Sounds like they're using djembes, but I don't care. Sounds great. I like that they're tuned. See, that's what makes this happen right here, that cut time. Nice, we got the bone in there. How many positions the bone can play in? Can you hear the little detonation in the horn? This is so freaking cool. I mean, I would have done like a full-on heroic dose before this, but the music, everything, the stage performance, this guy's just nail it. Thanks for the follow. There's that quirky detuning kind of vibe with the brass against the synth pad, but it works great. Yeah, you're typing it as I'm saying it.
George, how you feeling out there?
I'm doing fine. Did you say George? I'm doing just fine. How are you? Thank you.
Welcome to the last show of TLG. It's bittersweet.
Stop crying.
But tonight's gonna be a lot of fun. You guys ready? All right, we're gonna start it off with a couple throwbacks.
This is badass. I love this. It's just really, it's groove simplicity, but it's the abstract in and out and additional loops and little things that really sparkle this. And of course, we're watching the show, and the lighting's incredible, and the whole show is insane. You know, those are a series of trigger pads. So I'm kind of aged out on the newer technology, but you can buy trigger pad boards and assign them, and then shift banks and stuff. Skeletank, I'm with you 100%, but I'll explain it when we're done with this track, where I think the allure is. But I mean, for me, this is like that kind of, you know, in the 90s, I would go to like Moon Tribe and these desert raves and stuff like that. And as a composer, the music was pulsating and stuff, but it did its trick, you know? Of course, so did like my combo of like an eighth of mushrooms with some marinated peyote and some other fine GSB Skittles. I'm just saying. And maybe I need a little motivation. A lot of people were tripping at that concert. And probably a shit ton of 23andMe moments were starting there. Yeah, I said it. All right, that must have been the end of it there because it said stop before 12. Okay, so, I think it was the Skeletank said it and had mentioned it. And then some other people had said, well, the good thing about it or what's making this work is the light show. And I do understand that. Unless you're really dialed into the music in that particular genre and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie. Or how do you guys say it? ANLG. I don't know, the little acronym there. And NLG. Not LGL. Fuck it. That. When it first started happening, I did for the very first time in my life sit there and I'm thinking, I don't know when this started happening in the 90s or something. I go, oh my God, these guys are pressing buttons and they're making $1 billion. And it's a big thing. And I didn't go Beato on this either. I wasn't in my mind going, what the fuck's happening in this world? There's no melodies and there used to be, whatever. I took it in and I understood it as what was happening to the listening experience of the world. That a segment of the world musically was very appealing. So I did sit back and go, oh, okay, you know what? I'm not a judgmental guy, when it comes to that. I sit back and I go, okay, so this is legit. A guy with a DJ thingy and whatever it is and has a bunch of buttons that he presses and that's a talent. I will say you have to have a sense of rhythm. Nobody in here cannot sell me on that, regardless of what we may think of them as musical talents. You definitely have to have a sense of rhythm. You have to have your earballs tuned in to unique choices and samples you're going to choose to accent these little, rhythm patterns that are set up. But at the end of the day, I just saw it as like a huge audience out there that just didn't feel like they were getting addressed. And yes, I joked, but I don't joke, and we've joked before. A lot of it has to do with, if you're high as Frank's, that helps too. But the DJ, and you guys know I was a DJ way back in the day, just for about a year or so, until I got discovered as a stripper. That to me was like the natural progression, at least for my life. So I understood about slowing down the turntables and the old DJing style of doing thing. And then when scratching was happening with the breakdancing scene and all that sort of stuff, which I never got into. I do believe that DJing is a talent. It's a different kind of talent, that's all. I don't have a judgment corner for them, if you would, by saying, oh, you're only this. You can only sit here in this corner. No. You provide a massive amount of people with a listening experience, and that's just where we're at. I really enjoyed this at Coral Reefer, so I can't thank you enough for bringing this in. Plus, let's face it, at the end of the day, this duo puts on an absolutely sick show. So all in for me, that's, that's the thing. There's no rub in it for me that there's these guys that are just doing this and doing this. Because you got to program that. You got to have a sense for that. So, yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, exactly. Dorca Oracle, exactly. I completely agree with you on that. Excuse me. And funny enough, I've never touched the only DJ thing I used to do when I was younger, back in the 1900s. The only DJ thing, we had a mixing board of sorts. But the main mixing thing was if you had these two turntables going and you'd match up the speed by the light and the little grooves that were around the outside of the turntable, you could match up the speed at least, and you'd move that to slow it up and speed it down and stuff like that and maybe fade it. But I mean, that was it. Once it started becoming these little octapads and multiple pads thing, and then especially when it became the little mini discs that you can assign like a digital file to and still do this stuff to it, then I was like, yeah, I'm out. So anyhow, yeah, go. MP3 Junkie, go. Please go for it. I love to hear that. I can't tell you how much I love to hear that. You go for it, man. Let that creative stuff take over. Okay, now let's do... God, I'm sorry. Jesus. Stand by. Okay, let's go ahead and go for Jake in Vienna. Jake, and thank you so much. That was extremely kind dono. I really, really appreciate it. And then we're going to start donoing down from here because that's the dono. That's the dono of donos. So Jakin, who is a longtime legacy Cado, he's a master Cado. I think, Jakin, you were here from the very first time I streamed. pretty much. So Jakin wants us to listen to, this is going to be a little bit of a listen, but it's going to be very well worth it. The donation message is, I'm a jerk. No, it goes, jerk! Well, it's my birthday again, so that means your birthday has come and gone, and you never told us. Yes, I did. I'm sorry. Is that why I'm a jerk? I'm a jerk. So trying to avoid my giant Delta Rock medley for the last year. Too bad. I've got another one for you. Happy birthday. Thank you so much, Jake. You guys ready? Here we go. All right. Mm-hmm. Well, close to the first stream. You've been around for a minute. I like this more rock edge to this recording. Great soft play on the melody. The melody's so approachable, but this is done so well here. Still keeps that metal through it. Great tones on the guitars, man. Yeah, but also a little bit of little Satriani, a little bit of Mark Bonilla as well. I recognize this melody. So remember this. This is great. This is so cool. A little Streetlight Manifesto-y ska vibe. I don't know why. They're just missing the horn. I don't know, but the vibe's there. Ciao, tonto corazón, te vaya bien. Hey, Coral Reefer, is this one person? Or is CarboHydroM a band? Because you know what else is crushing is the drums on this as well. I know the drums sound great, don't they, Gestalt? And the bass player's crushing it. I mean, this is really core rock happening here. You know what? They definitely have the dynamics of live drumming. I mean, I listen to everything to how the cymbals are being hit and everything. Ghost notes. It gets harder for me seems like every minute to go, is that real? Or is that Memorex? You know, if you're old, you're laughing right now. I mean, if you really think about it, Turnip, what's great about what we're listening to is this guitar, bass, drums, and an organ sound through and through, at least to this point. And that's another element in making it sound, you know, oh, it's just one guy. Man. Well, if that's the case, either he plays the live drums or his programming is phenomenal. Ooh, this is well done. Another freaking genius here, CarboHydroM. This is badass. I'm loving this build-up. So much I'm gonna have some dried aku. And we're back to the guitar, drum, bass, organ vibe. I love it. God, this composer has unbelievable fingers. You know what I'm talking about. As a guitar player, your signature is not in the guitar, the strings to pick up, even in your sound, really comes out of your fingers. You know if you know. I love this adaptation of the melody right here. His organ work is subtle, but it makes a real difference in the sound for me. God, the guitar tones are great. Some black metal-ishy. Proggy post vibes. God, this looks like this would have been a really fun game to play. So many vibes in this track. Good fill. God, what a piece, man. This composer's just cooking. Great bass arrangement. Sounds MIDI, but great bass arrangement. I recognize that melody. Yeah, his rearrangements are magic. Patty cakes, we'll go on our special journey. But you're right. It was on our original journey that taught me all this. Stepped into a little Dream Theater proggy there. It kind of had like a yes ending to it right there, just the way that faded out from the dirt. It's like as if Zelda was a rock opera performance and this guy composed this piece and all this that happens on stage. Yeah, don't you agree? Something like that? Very uplifting vibe here. Nice little play on the melody again there, yeah? Oh no, are they going to do a live action Zelda like they did Minecraft? Oh no, is that going to be the bandwagon now? All of them, all the production companies are going to get into doing remakes of gaming shows. Oh boy, here we go. What a great build-up on this master theme, on the leitmotif. It almost sounds like this composer could have been around through the Metal's thrash era of the 80s, the way he just ended that boom, 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 boom. Jake, what a great track, man. This composer is just absolute fire. Now, obviously, I'm going to take a guess that whoever the individual by name is, but right now it's CarboHydroMusic, or whatever, must love this game. You do not put this kind of energy into taking, original melodies and stuff and turn it into something like this because it's just a thing to do. You have to be married, almost cultish. It's not a bad thing. Well, the word cult, I guess, doesn't really connotate happiness unless you're in the cult. Okay, wait, no, let me pull up. But what I mean is if your so heart is invested in the game and you followed it for many, many iterations of the game and the characters, and you grow a relationship with the game and stuff like that, to take it and then turn it into, flex this into a piece of music like this it's honor worthy, number one. Number two, the skill set of this composer, even if it was, because I can't tell anymore, it's just too damn hard. But even if it was programmed drums and bass, obviously the organ is programmed because you got to play it's a keyboard. There's no two ways about it. All his guitar skills were on fire and just as badass as could possibly be. But to interpret, to take these melodies that has its generational or its genesis in chiptune and turn it into something like this and really focus, they stayed right in that rock pocket. I think this guy did an absolutely mental job. And this was back 2014, this was released. So I don't know what this individual is doing, but this guy, his name is Christophe Blondel. That's the name of the composer, Christophe Blondel. But Jakin, that was badass. And thank you so much, man. That was such a great listen.